Hello, today I want to show you how you can use locally running AI as your little emergency helper. To do so, you first want to navigate to lmstudio.ai. Once you're here, you need to download the LM Studio version for your machine. Once you're here, you need to download the LM Studio version for your machine. In my case, that's the version for the Mac. Depending on your internet speed, it will take a moment because the download is about 200 megabytes. So once it's downloaded, you can just double click it, and then on Windows it will start the installer. On OS X you will get this little window where you can just drag and drop it over to application, and the moment you let it go, it will actually be installed. Good. Now that we have it installed, we can start it. On Windows you would you would use the start menu or the Windows key and just search for LM. On OS X you can use Command Space to open Spotlight and then type LM, and it will show you LM Studio. Good. Now that we have started it will look like this. That's how it looks like on first launch. Before we do anything more, we want to configure it correctly. For that, we want to switch it over to Power User to ensure that it shows us the download size, but especially we need this ability to have advanced configuration, because with this we can actually create AI presets to configure the AI in a specific way so it can act as our coach. In my case, I will show you an example of a cognitive behavior therapy coach. So a coach that actually helps me reflect on why I felt in a certain way in a certain situation, why I'm frustrated, and things like that. Good. Now that we are here, we can go to Discover and search for Llama 3.21b. This is this model here. And once we have that model, you will see that once you select it, you will see that it offers a download here. Now that the download is done, we can close the downloads here, and you will see this pop up here that tells us that the download is finished. So now you can click on Load Model. That will bring us over to Chats, and it will automatically select this model. The next thing we want to do here is open the settings of the model. You see that it says that there's a context length of 4000. The context length is basically the maximum length of the text back and forth that the AI can deal with before it starts forgetting things or misbehaving in completely unpredictable ways. But we have chosen the model that we downloaded because it allows us to create very, very long conversations to actually really be an emergency helper to us. So what you need to do is just drag over here. It will warn you that it might be a bit more, need a bit more memory. It evens out at around 5 gigabytes of RAM. If you go all the way, if you go halfway, it needs a lot less RAM memory. The other thing you need to ensure is that GPU offload here is at the maximum. Depending on your machine, it might be configured lower, but I always switch it up to the maximum because I do not care if other applications are temporarily slow. It's more important that the AI can provide me with the answer fast so I can return to what I wanted to do and where I actually needed the AI's help to get out of my head. So once configured, you can click on Reply to apply changes. It will reload the model. Good. And once you have reloaded the model, the next step, as shown before, is to click on the settings up here, and then you will see this system prompt. The system prompt is a way to tell the AI how it's meant to behave or what persona it represents. In my case, I have this CBT coach. The system prompts are written in a way that make it clear to the AI how it is meant to behave. Good. And now that we have pasted this in, what we can do is actually save this. So we can, at any point in the future, simply switch to this to this preset, and it will do it will apply the prompt and whatever other configurations we have. So let's call this CBT coach. save. Good. Now it is saved. So whenever we actually need this again in the future, we can simply select this here and it will automatically be configured correctly. Good. Now that we have configured our CPT coach, let's see how it actually responds to us. Let's assume you just had a little shouting match with a friend. Had a little shouting match with a friend. I feel so embarrassed and frustrated. Embarrassed. So, and as soon as you press enter, the AI will start, and you see it actually works extremely fast. So what it will now do is actually based on what we said here and how we told it to act. Based on that, it will give you an answer. So it will first try to acknowledge your feelings, and then it will try to help you to figure out um, what actually happened. So let's say, let's pick this part. Can you tell me more about the shouting match? Let's say we had an argument if lemons or oranges are better. This is obviously a fictive cause, a fictive situation, but nonetheless, the AI can help us, even shows a sense of humor. So yes, it will give you input on how to deal with it and how to actually resolve the situation or learn for the future. With that, I conclude my session here. And if you have any questions, please let me know.